The Amazing Pituitary Gland and Its Influence on the Body by Annalise and Nicole. Things we'll be covering. What is the pituitary gland? Parts of the pituitary gland? What happens when a tumour forms? What if the pituitary gland stopped working? So what is the pituitary gland? The pituitary is the master gland in the brain. It's located at the base of the brain and produces hormones that affect other parts of the body, as well as controlling the activities of several other endocrine glands. For example, throughout the body, the pituitary gland produces beta-melanocyte-stimulating hormones for the skin, growth hormones for muscles and bones, enkephalins for the brain, endorphins for the brain and immune system, vasopressins for the kidneys, and luteinizing hormones for ovaries and testes. Parts of the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is about the size of a pea and has multiple parts. The anterior lobe, which produces some of the main hormones such as luteinizing hormone and growth hormone. The posterior lobe, a neighbour to the anterior lobe, which both stores and releases hormones. It cannot produce hormones by itself, so it produces hormones via the hypothalamus nerves. The stalk, which acts as the connector. And lastly, the hypothalamus, which sends signals to the pituitary to either release or prevent certain hormones from being discharged into the body. The pituitary gland and the hypothalamus work together as a team. The pituitary gland communicates to different parts of the body, and to each part it causes it to release whatever hormone is needed. But what if a tumour formed? Tumours can rarely form in the pituitary gland. Thankfully though, almost all pituitary gland tumours are non-cancerous. Scientists say that some pituitary tumours are caused by an increased amount of hormones that regulate important functions in your body. However, an effect of the tumour can cause a decreased amount of hormone production. Treatment can include medication to block excess hormone production, medication to shrink the tumour, or surgery. Symptoms include weight gain, easy bruising, anxiety, depression, nausea, vomiting, weak muscles and bones, and many more symptoms that could occur due to the pituitary tumour. Although the tumour may seem bad, what would happen if the pituitary gland stopped working altogether? The pituitary gland is the master gland for a reason. It has such a prominent role in the body that if it was to be damaged, you would experience severe pain and sickness, like ACTH deficiency, which includes fatigue, weight loss, weakness, depression, or vomiting. TSH deficiency, which includes constipation, weight gain, sensitivity to cold, or a decrease in energy. FSH and LH deficiency, which in women can cause an irregular or stopped menstrual periods and infertility. In men, it can cause loss of body and facial hair, weakness, lack of interest in sexual activity, erectile dysfunction, and infertility. And lastly, GH deficiency, which in children can cause short height and poor overall growth. In adults, it can cause low energy, decreased strength, weight gain, and feelings of anxiety or depression. But if the whole pituitary is removed from the body, all the endocrine functions and metabolism can go into haywire, and that person could die. This is because the pituitary gland is vital for survival. Recap: we learnt what the pituitary is, parts of the pituitary gland, what happens if a tumour forms, and what would happen if the pituitary stopped working and was removed.
Thanks for listening!